y'all. How y'all doing? I'm back up in here one more again with y'all. And I got to keep it real and go on and keep it 100, so I'm gonna break it on down and let you know, look, I ain't no teacher, I ain't no preacher, I ain't no moray, I ain't no deaconess, or none of that. None of that. Mm-mm. I am not nobody. You understand me? I'm just a humble servant of YHWH. Ooh, I am just some breath and dust. And I got to go back to my Elohim, and I got to tell him everything I did while I was here, and I pray YHWH will be pleased with me for coming up in here and trying to talk to you. I want you to understand who you are. You know, we are a peculiar people. And y'all know already, if you don't listen to any of these videos, we got some peculiar rules. And if we want to get back to our heavenly home in Shamayim, and that means heaven in Hebrew, it's a couple more things we got to do. And I'm going to get into them one by one here. You know, I feel so sad for you. You know, y'all are a lost generation. Your parents are the children of slaves. Your parents and your grandparents, actually, are the children of slaves. And we too, living right here in this country, in this world, on this Eretz, we are slaves as well. We are bondmen and bondwomen, and no one shall buy us save YHWH. Y'all understand what I'm saying to you? If you don't understand what I'm saying to you, I'm saying look around you. Every last one of us is missing something that is vital. Every last one of us has been hit by them there curses there in Deuteronomy by some way or another. And I don't care what y'all think. You say, oh, well, you can't use Deuteronomy. Well, that was written to us, so why can't we not use it? Those of y'all that's sitting running around here and you're looking at the curses and the commandments, and you say, oh, well, you know, that was the people, that's them people over there in Jerusalem. Let me tell you who them folks are. It's called the SOS, the Synagogue of Satan. They are not the Israelites. And I'm going to bring it right on down for you. You know how they say they call themselves Jewish? That means Jew-like. Now, our people have been disparaged and put down in a byword. According to these curses here, we are a byword and astonishment before the other nations. And I'm going to put the verse on the screen there so you can read that for yourself there. But what that means to me is, you know, these people that's over there talking about they're Jewish, which means they're Jew-like. They're not Jews, but they're Jew-like. And the definition of the word Jew is thief. Yeah. Somebody that's just full of deceit and can't do, you're just a thief, a liar. And that is not what the children of Israel are. So I want all of y'all that's waking up, that's trying to identify as Jews to understand that you are not Jews. You are not thieves. You are not defrauders. You are Israelites. See, when you look at this Bible here, everybody, you know, they running this way and that. They don't understand what's going on. They taking a little piece of something and running with it. And we got to get into the whole thing. You see, when you look at the New Testament and the Old Testament, the biggest difference between them two there is that the covenant is written in the Old Testament. The Old Testament is the Torah. Or if you want to break it and be really Hebrew, you could say it's the Basora. It is the law of YHWH, our Elohim, the God of creation, the God of everything. He created everything, and nothing moves without his will. Not me and not you either. You may think you got your own will you can get up and go do, but I tell you what, you try to move without the breath of Yahuwah and see what happens. You will not be able to do anything. We got to talk about these things, but I want to break some things down for you, because right now our people are suffering. And we're suffering with the high blood pressure, we got the diabetes, the gout, we got the heart problems, we got the arthritis, and all these things are part of these curses here. And a lot of that stuff come from eating unclean food. Now, y'all know this whole world is all messed up, and they GMO and everything. They're genetically modifying the food. They growing pigs and rats together and serving it to you as beef. And if you don't know that, you need to get off into this word, because they tell you that they're going to do that, and they're doing it. They even got it where they got the LNRWY stuff coming in the new tomatoes now. So you need to start growing your own food. But anyway, what I came up in here to talk to you about is that I've been watching a lot of y'all young ones running around here with heart problems. You're having high blood pressure. You're having anxiety and all of these things. And a lot of that can be resolved if you start following the commandments. But I got to get off into these health issues, and the reason I'm getting into them is because a lot of them is, let me put it this way, that old saying that you hear all the time, you are what you eat, is true. So we're going to talk about soul food. Now soul food, we all love it, but let me tell you where it originated from. Soul food was the scraps. It was the offal, what you call it, the dookie parts of the animal, the worst of the worst parts of it. And because our people are so imaginative, and we are made in the image of our Father who created all things, so we are creative. So we took the nasty parts of them cows and pigs and all of that stuff, and we took it and we made it into something beautiful and something tasty and something that you want. But we got to stop this here, because this is the problem. It's right here. You can go in, and I don't care what y'all say about Deuteronomy. We go in there. In Deuteronomy 14, it says, "Ye are the children of Yahuwah, your Elohim. Ye shall not cut yourself, nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead. For thou art a holy people unto Yahuwah thy Elohim. And Yahuwah hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself." Now, didn't I just say we was a peculiar people? And Yahuwah said he chose us to be that above all nations that are upon the earth. But we messed that up. And even though we are under these curses and we're being chastised, we are still a peculiar people unto Yahuwah above all nations on Eretz. In verse 3 it said, "Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. And these are the beasts that you shall eat: the ox, the sheep, and the goat, the hart, and the roebuck, and the fallow deer, and the wild goat, and the paragar, the wild ox, and the chamois. And every beast that parteth the hoof and cleaveth the cleft into two claws, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that ye shall eat." In verse 7 it says, "Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the cloven hoof." And that is the camel, and the hare, and the coney, that means the rabbits. Y'all know our folks is good down there in the south for going out there and getting them rabbits and making that stew, but we ain't supposed to eat that there. It said, "For they chew the cud and divide not the hoof. Therefore they are unclean to you." Now, anytime Yahuwah says unclean to you, basically what it means is that gonna kill you slowly. You understand? And the swine, say in verse 8, "And the swine, because it divided the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean unclean to you. You shall not eat of its flesh, nor touch their dead carcass. Everybody on this earth know full well that swine is not good. Because I want you to understand you ain't supposed to eat this stuff. It is not food. It is an abomination to you. That makes you unclean. It say in verse 9, these ye shall eat of all that are in the waters. And they say, all that have fins and scales shall ye eat. And whatsoever hath not fins and scales, ye may not eat. It is unclean to you. So y'all know they're talking about that eel and that catfish and the shrimps and the crabs and the lobsters and all that. Every last bit of it, it's going to kill you eventually. You keep on eating it. And it makes you unclean. Which means as long as you got that mess in your system, you are unclean, unfit to come before Yahuwah. I don't know about y'all, but I don't want nothing coming between me and Yahuwah. I ain't gonna stand for it, I ain't gonna have it. Yahuwah is my Elohim. He is the controller and designer, author of my whole everything. And I will not let nothing and nobody come between me and him, especially not some stuff that's gonna kill me anyway. Then it say in verse 12, but these are they of which ye shall not eat. And that's the eagle, and the ossifrage, and the osprey, and the gild, and the kite, and the vulture after his kind, and every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the night hawk, and the cuckoo, and the hawk after his kind, the little owl, and the great owl, and the swan, the pelican, and the geiger eagle, and the cormorant, and the stork, and the heron after her kind, the lapwing, and the bat. Ooh, yeah, now I know about me. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't eat none of that there. I wouldn't eat that no kind of way, no how. But you know, some folks do be out there eating bats and pelicans and stuff, and that's how they tried to say we got this Rona thing going on from the bats. But you and I both know that's not true. That was them angels been released from Euphrates that done that there. And then in verse 19 it say, every creeping thing that fly is unclean to you. They shall not be eaten. So roaches, flying roaches, locusts, flying bugs and stuff, anything that creep on the ground but got wings, you ain't supposed to eat it. So y'all remember that. But of all the clean fowls ye may eat. Ye shall not eat of anything that died of itself. So all y'all down there in Mississippi running over raccoons and rabbits and hopping at the car and throwing them in the truck, taking them home, you can't eat that. Or you're riding down the street and you see some roadkill and you hop out and throw it in the truck, you can't eat that. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gate. That means you give it to them folks that ain't your kin, that he may eat it. Or you may sell it to an alien. That means somebody ain't in none of your kin. That means they can't look like you. You understand? For thou art an holy people unto Yahuwah thy God. Thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk. You know what that means? That means you can't take the baby like venison and cook it with the mama. You got to cook it by itself. Yeah. I mean, just them little simple rules there. Why is it so hard to not eat unclean stuff? And what made the shrimps and the lobsters and the crabs so good? What make it taste so good? What is it? What is it about it that you can't just stop? Do you not know Yahuwah said it is unclean? And if Yahuwah says unclean, it's nasty as all get out. You hear me? Yahuwah is not playing with us. And we need to stop all of this. I do not understand the level of disrespect and disobedience our people have. Maybe it's because we've been programmed. You know, they took all these things that are completely against our dietary laws and they make them all big. You know, you see on TV, ooh, unlimited crab bowl, endless shrimp, lobster buffet, knowing full well we ain't supposed to eat that there. Number one, all of them there, that shrimp and that crab and that lobster, let me tell you what that is. Those are ocean rodents. They insects. And they full of poop. Not only that, but you mess around and eat it, run your cholesterol up, bring your diabetes on, and they bring on the gout. And that's that burning and that swelling from foot to head that they talked about there. We got to do better as a people. What's wrong with eating beef and fish? What's wrong with that? Why is it that we got to purposely eat this stuff? Is it because the heathens want to eat it and they say it's good? That's just like that young man over there on the football team, and he told them folks that he don't eat swine, and they decided they was going to force him to eat it, or they was going to put him off the team. And you know, there's a class action lawsuit going on right now about that there. Forcing that poor child to eat that swine in order to keep his place on the team. You know, we got to get it together, folks. We need to get it together as a whole people. There is so much going on in this world today. Our children are dying. And I promise you, y'all, unless y'all get this together, this particular part right here, with this clean and unclean foods, your body is going to be susceptible to this here pestilence. This is not accident. All of this was planned and designed. You know, I was talking to one of my friends earlier today, and I thought to myself, thinking about, you know, maybe about 10, 12 years ago, this whole situation put me in the mind about 10, 12 years ago when they changed the faucets in the hotels and stuff to where it's, you know, you ain't got to touch it. They was plotting this all this time. That's what I believe, and I'm old said. I believe they've been plotting this, and this here, they've been working with them folk behind the veil with that CERN and all of this here that's going on. See, it's so much more going on than a lot of us know because we still sleep. We still sleep. We're not critically thinking. We need to wake up, open your mind, get your face out the TV. Do you not know that within 3 minutes of every TV show, they done plays enough subliminal stuff to lull your mind into a beta state, to where you're just receiving everything that they giving you, and you stop critically thinking. We have got to critically think going forward. We can no longer afford to allow them to lull us to sleep. It's too close to the end. Yahuwah is too close to here. Because by my calculations, and I'm not saying that this is accurate to the day, but I'm telling you, because, you know, the word said no man knoweth the day or the hour, but I'm telling you, but we know the season by the signs. And by the signs, this first 3.5 years, by the signs, everything I done figured out, we already in the tribulation, children. We entered into the tribulation on September 15th, 2020. And that means that we got 3.5 years before the abomination of desolation. So that means the abomination of desolation, and that is going to hit right around June 2023. Now, I'm not saying that's correct, but that's what I'm thinking. You know. And because I ain't no prophet. I ain't going to say I'm no prophet. I ain't no oracle. I ain't going to even lie and try to say no stuff like that. But from what I done figured out, what I believe, we already in a tribulation, y'all. We already in Jacob's trouble. And I believe it all started when they started killing our folk so brazenly and openly. And that's when all these Kens and Karens come out brazenly and openly. And that's when we started feeling, I mean, think about it. Every last one of y'all, you go somewhere and you're minding your business and you see these other nations and they look at you with pure hate. They got so much hate in their face you can feel it and you ain't even looking at them. I do believe that was the beginning of Jacob's trouble, and that's what it is. It's these other nations rising up because they angry, because they know that our time is so close. It also go back to remind me, with that Harvey Weinstein thing. You go back and look at that in 2019 when everybody running around saying, time's up, time's up. They knew what time it was. They knew that the tribulation would finna start the next year. They know our scriptures because our priests, the Levites, was kidnapped and forced to teach them our scriptures. Ooh. Y'all, I got so much to tell, and I don't know if this is going to go out there because Yahuwah is doing his own thing here with me, and I thank you, Abba. I praise and worship you. I offer myself wholly, my mind, my independent thought, the free will that you gave me, Yahuwah, I give it back to you. Your will be done. It's so much to talk. It's so much more to learn. I just want us to get this right so we can get out of here and be found worthy to enter into the kingdom through the gates with Yahuwah. And I confess that everything I say, I don't know everything. I am not 100% accurate. I know that I make mistakes. It's just like in that last video there when I said there was 2/3 that had to be destroyed by the 4 angels come out the Euphrates, and that is incorrect. It is 1/3 according to Revelations. Y'all, I want y'all to pray for me. Pray for me. Keep me in your prayers. Hold me up just as I do all of y'all every day. Because y'all my family and I love you. I truly love you from the depths of my soul. I love each and every one of you. And I want to see you on that highway here. And I got to say, this is all for the glory of Yahuwah, Adonai, Elohim of creation, and Yasharal. Ooh. I pray you enjoyed this late night rambling with Yahuwah. Eloi, Eloi, your will be done. Hallelujah.